Hey Boomers, welcome back to another video. Today I will be reviewing Teenage Sex and Death at Camp Miasma, and I really loved this movie a lot. Let's talk about it. And before that, please subscribe to the channel and go check all my links down below. Don't forget to like the video and leave some comments down below with your suggestions, and let's get right into this review. So, the opening makes you feel like this has been a franchise for a long time, and it makes you feel like it's a real franchise. I felt like I watched these movies when I was a little dude, and they really did a super great job with that. The opening was great. They show us a bunch of like journal images and the movies, how many movies there is, just like how all the other slashers in our real life have so many movies, you know, that you can watch, but a lot of them are just pure ass, you know, just bad movies. Let's put the light over here. What? My lighting's a little bit not great, you know, so gotta figure it out sometimes. But yeah, this movie, I loved how much history and mythology they put into this, the little death character, and into Camp Miasma. I loved all the creative touches to it. There was so many creative things, and it doesn't copy another slasher. Well, a little bit, it takes a bit from other slashers, but I thought it created its own mythology really well, and I just wanted more. It was so good. It was so good. And I love how they created movies like inside of the movie, and we got to watch the movie inside of the movie. That was so great. Because we got to watch like the first Camp Miasma movie, and I just loved that. It was so cool to see. There's this really funny sequence in the movie where they're all around a campfire and they're explaining Little Death's origin, and there was some creepy shots in there, and also it was really funny, and they were poking fun at the slasher genre, and they were also talking about like trans stuff, and I really thought they really did a good job in that scene, and I love the origin story. It was great. Again, the movie also is really into exploring gender, like trans identity, and like whatever the pronouns are, and that's all through the killer's mythology, and it doesn't feel like that's taking over the movie. It just feels like it's a part of the movie, and it's a part of the mythology of this Camp Miasma, and that's what it feels like, and I like that it's there as a message, and it doesn't take over the movie. I really like that. The humor in the movie worked really well. There was a bunch of funny moments between Kris and Billy, like all the moments with like when they're getting gummies, or she has all the cereal boxes in a row for you, and she's saying like some stuff, and then there's a scene at the end with Billy, with Gillian Anderson's character, and she was dancing and shit, and like preparing some stuff, and it was really funny. It was a very funny scene. I really love that scene. And there's also this scene where Kris has to be on a Zoom call, and they bring this character in, like he's not in the call yet, and then he comes in, and he's hilarious, man. Michael Myers, that's all I'm gonna say. That guy, Jeffrey, you're the best. You're funny as hell. That guy's hilarious. And then the way that they made the slasher sequences, the violence, hilarious, over the top, and the characters running away from Little Death in a silly, ridiculous way. It was hilarious, and with the music in the background, really good, and it makes everything just feel like they're poking fun at the slasher genre, and it was so fun to watch. And then we got the convenience store owner, or no, the behind the desk, and the cop. They were both hilarious, and he's just like, "You're doomed. You're doomed." That was hilarious. That was perfect. It's perfect. It's really good. And the cop was just like a drunk cop at one point. It was hilarious. Really good stuff. I love it. And I loved how they poked fun, or no, they didn't poke. They just referenced a lot of franchises like Elm Street, Nightmare on Elm Street, Michael Myers, and Friday the 13th with Jason. And I loved how they were just saying these names, and they were saying some actors' names too, or like final girls' names, like Jimmy Lee Curtis or stuff. And I really like that. It brought it in to our world even more. Kris and Billy's relationship is one of the best parts of the movie. They have some really good early scenes that have good chemistry, and like the suspense between them is really good. They get some great scenes where like Kris is feeling very I don't know, like she's feeling fear, or like not sure about Billy completely, and she feels scared. And I love how Billy in the movie, she is so just like her voice and the way she speaks, it's so like, I don't know, just like she just tells Kris to do stuff sometimes, and she has to do it, you know. She's so like, you have to do this, go do it. It's hilarious. It's really good. The relationship becomes more like sexy and intense throughout the movie, but you could feel that tension in the beginning of it too, in the beginning of the relationship, while they were getting to know each other. But it does get more and more and more, and I really love what they do with that. And by the end, it's really good. Kris in the movie, she's really passionate about her work, and it's hard for her to connect with other people sometimes. And because she's so connected to the Camp Miasma movies, she's already feels connected to Billy, and I really love how that works and how great of a connection they can have in the movie. And it works so well that I loved it. And Gillian Anderson was like, she was seductive, and she was like seducing Kris and seducing us as the viewers, and her voice and everything, she's so funny and perfect. She's perfect for the role. This is a role for her, literally. She did such a great job in this role the whole way through. She was the best performance and the best actress in the movie. I loved her performance. I liked the dialogue throughout the movie. The storyline about sex and not being comfortable with it or stuff like that was really well done, and I thought they did a great job with it. Again, this movie has a lot of that kind of thing about sex and stuff, and I really like what they did with that. The movie also took that storyline about that into different places that I was not expecting at all, and I really like that. Because they like explore both of their relationships with that, and they really do a great job at revealing some things about them and with that storyline. Another thing, the visuals, the shots, the creativeness behind them, they were so beautiful, and some of the backgrounds in the movie felt like they were like paintings or something, and it was so beautiful, like the mountains and the landscape behind them, just absolutely breathtaking and beautiful shots. And there's some really good cinematography in this movie, and I love Like sometimes we get the POV camera of little death, and that was great. And they make a great just murder sequence, man. Just killing sequence with little death in this movie twice, I guess, but the first one is really, really good with some great music. I talked about this earlier. I don't have to talk about it that much, but yeah, the music, amazing. They choose some great music throughout the movie that matches the sequences or matches the movie's tone perfectly. It was perfect music. The CGI also looked great. Maybe like for the movie, it looked great. It didn't take me out because it was silly and it was supposed to look this way, and I loved it. Just one thing with the movie, if you guys are gonna go watch it, the movie does take its time to get to the violence, but they don't leave you with nothing, because the relationship between Kris and Billy is so great, and the suspense between them is really, really well done. So just expect the violence to be a little later down the movie. You do get a little bit of violence in the opening, but just set your expectations for the violence to come later in the movie. That's, yeah, just that. And the ending of the movie, I thought, just explained everything really well and left us off in a satisfying way. I just had a big smile on my face. I was laughing, and it was such a great time. And this is personally my favorite movie of the year so far. Let's see if something can beat it. Maybe Dune, maybe something else that I'm not thinking of. But right now, this is my favorite movie of the year. I rated it a 5 out of 5 on Letterboxd. And yeah, remember to subscribe, like the video, comment, and check out all my links down below. I'll see you guys later, and bye.